What we have here is just taking a head start on the remaining part of the dish. So I'm taking a good sized onion, a good sized onion, peeled it, and it's going directly into the pot. And rather than using a chopper, I'm just using a regular knife to just kind of chop it in very thin stripes. And this process is gonna go. Oh, I forgot. I put enough oil in the pan that it covered the bottom of the pan. I'll be doing the same thing with tomatoes. Now here are 2 good sized tomatoes that we're going to use, and in addition to that we're going to use 2 spoons of tomato paste, which we will be getting from the can. Sabzi is basically a generic word for a vegetable dish. So you can, in that sabzi, you can name the dish. Like for example, if you were using cauliflower and you were using peas, you'll call it gobi mattar. If you were using cauliflower and also using carrots, then you will call it Gajar Mattar. Gajar is carrots. Now here we are going to next step, which is the tomatoes. So I picked up the 2 tomatoes. I did a similar thing. Rather than having a dash like a chopping board, I am basically here using the same technique, making thin slivers and continuing with that. Here's the thing that we are continuing to do, and this thing here will stay till we get to the second phase, and in that phase we'll be just doing that. The reason is I'm going to look for, I think I do have a can of tomato paste, but in case we don't have, then these 2 tomatoes will suffice. That adds additional flavor, and it also thickens the gravy. So I'm going to now look into our pantry and see if we have. Gonna go look into the pantry and see if we have a tomato paste. Hola! Yes, we have it. So directly opening the can, the tomato paste can. 2 generous spoons, not tablespoon, but the dining spoon. Here's one good, and here's another generous one. That was a little more than generous, but you get the idea anyway. So that's it. Now we have the ingredients ready, and at this stage I'm going to put the spices and then take a break because the remaining part will be the roasting. Now comes the very hot pepper, which is called the red pepper or special cayenne, and we're just going to put, in this case, because it's very hot, just an even spoon, not like a heaping. So I'm going to just put that, and just I felt a little dash more, just a little. So I would just say 1 spoon, but not the tablespoon, but like the spice kind of cup. It is equivalent to a tablespoon in some ways, but that should do it. Exactly the way you get them from the South Asian shops. Red chili powder. Okay. Now the other thing that goes into this is definitely an important component, and that is turmeric. Turmeric. We can put half a spoon of turmeric in it. Turmeric is very good when it comes to flavors for the vegetable. So we put turmeric in there, we put that, and we're going to put 1 spoon of salt. 1 spoon of salt. We did that. And now we're going to put we have to put cumin, and I'm looking for ground cumin. If I can't find ground cumin, then my next substitute is going to be cumin seed. I think I may not have cumin, but let me do the smell test, which never defeats you. No, it's not cumin. No, we don't on this one either. Yeah, I could not find ground cumin, so instead of that, I'm going to use cumin seeds. And what we're going to do here again is put a spoon of cumin seeds. And now we come to the last spice. As far as the spice is concerned, we're coming to the last spice. That is, it's called, this is the king of spices. It's called allspice. The name of this is allspice, or from a Asian store, you ask for garam masala. Garam masala. And you're going to put just an even spoon of that. I'm trying to think how much it is. I think it's 1 pound. Yeah, 1 pound of peas and 1 pound of cut carrots. That's it. So we will resume our cooking of this dish from here on after this particular break that we're going to take. Okay? And now the other part of the recipe is going to be basically roasting the spices, making sure that everything is all blended in nicely, and then we will put the vegetables and they'll be sauteed, and also at that stage they will be roasted along with everything else, and we make sure that all the ingredients have been cooked properly, which means that it's not kacha. Kacha means raw. Okay, so this is the pot, and here it's going to go on. And now all we're going to do is this is at a precautionary measure. It's a very good thing to do, and that is to add some water at this stage, but not a whole lot. You take a teacup, just like that, and half of this. And the reason why for that is this will first of all mix everything. Second, it will save the burning of the pot, the bottom of the pot. Okay, here's the mixture, and we hope everything fries nicely and gets mixed nicely. Now, exactly same recipe will be if you were going to cook cauliflower. Exact same recipe. No change in that. So this is where we are, and I think we'll resume it when I return back after my workout, which will take 1 hour of grueling exercise. With this, we conclude this session. This is a nice addition. It's called from Sham masala. This is a Pakistani company that makes masala, and their masala aaloo bhaji. It's a very nice additional flavor, and you just add what you call a pinch, which is like just sprinkling a little. That's it, not much. नहीं, मैंने जाना है थर्सडे को लंचन के ऊपर कैनेडा को, तो मैं 10 मैं ले आऊँगा. If you remember from our previous cooking series that we get this mixture to the point, right now it is a little foggy, but maybe you can see it. We get this mixture to the point where not everything is totally meshed in, and yet it is a nice gravy kind of, I'd say, composition. Now when that happens, I would at that time, because this is still on, I would now introduce the vegetables at this time. Now this time is usually subjective in a way, because you may not reach this stage in 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but I would say usually in 15 minutes it should do it. So the vegetables are going directly in that mixture. Next are coming the green peas. Now this is the exact same recipe if we were going to make fresh cauliflower with green peas. Now we still have during all this time we had the pan on high heat, but we keep an eye on it. We do not want it to burn on the bottom. As you can see the bottom, look, This is how the bottom should be, unscathed. Nothing over there which is burning. That means enough of the liquid is there to have that. Now on high heat, we're going to roast it because the spices need to be roasted to get the entire flavor out. So we're going to roast this for about 5 minutes, being on top of it. Just a little earlier I mentioned that we will roast with the open pot for 5 minutes. I would like to correct it to 10 minutes because sometimes carrots are a little stubborn in terms of getting soft and more palatable. So I would make the open roasting about 10 minutes. And then right after that period, we're going to put the pot, the cover back on, and then we're going to be on low heat, and that's going to be 10 minutes also. And then after that, the dish is ready to go. We are almost close to our 10-minute period, and a good indication of that is that we look at the pot and there is less of that watery stuff floating around in the pan. So it is getting more solid. And now this 10-minute thing is not like written in stone kind of thing. It is like an average into which you will get to this stage. But if it happens to be 8 minutes, that's fine. If it is 12 minutes, that's fine, as long as the pot is not burning on the bottom and none of the vegetables are sticking to it. At this stage, we have the bottom with very little extra liquid, and it's time to put the lid on the pot and change the stove to the lowest setting possible and give it 10 minutes before we can claim that our sabzi is done. And in this case, it is Gajar Mattar. Well, when I take a look at this, I feel really satisfied that we are at the completion and the conclusion of this dish. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.